Alright, so welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, 8744. Today, guys, I'm going to be doing my top 5 games to watch this weekend. So, remember, guys, the weekend preview is here. So, let's go ahead and get started, guys. Let's go and get started. So, decided to do is we're going to look from 3 leagues, specifically Serie A, EPL, La Liga. I'll give an honorable mention to La Liga. And we have a lot of games in Serie A. Serie A this weekend is going to pop up. I think Serie A this weekend is the best in terms of the leagues this weekend and so forth. So, let's start with the first game we have here is Atalanta Napoli. Um, and I feel like this is a really interesting game because of the fact that we have Napoli this season have been so good this season. And Atalanta have also been good as well. Atalanta have been decent as well. It's not like they've been bad. Um, and I feel as though that this one could go be very interesting. You know, obviously for Napoli, they have the likes of Kavici, who's been incredible for them this season. And Atalanta have been really good. So this is a really tough game to call. This is at Atalanta Stadium. Napoli is currently unbeaten. They're the only team left unbeaten in the league. And this is a very tricky one. It's a very, very tricky one to call. I do think, though, Napoli will win the game just because of the fact that I feel as though, as good as Atalanta's been more pragmatic, whereas Napoli's been playing more free flowing attacking football. So I do think Napoli will just win this game 1-0 on the road, and it'll be very, very huge, man. So Napoli to win 1-0 on the road is my verdict there. The next game we have here is Roma Lazio, the Rome derby, guys. It's a big, big game. And this is a huge game for that top four position because right now Roma is in top four just about with 1 point. Lazio on the other hand is still in the running there, 1 point behind, and it's a really interesting one because Roma, both teams are in a different various positions. I mean, Lazio got relegated to the Conference League, and Roma is still in the Europa League. So this is a tricky one to call. I'm not really sure what too much to make of this match. I do think though it's going to be a draw just because of the fact that Roma just don't score enough goals, and Lazio their away form is really really poor. But I do think they'll get a draw, and so I think I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Whatever the case may be, though, it's going to be very interesting. And then the final game I'm talking about Serie A this weekend is Juventus versus Inter Milan. Now this is a big one. It's a huge, huge game. And it's actually really nice with these games. You have like first versus second, fourth versus fifth, sixth versus seventh. This one in particular, guys, I'm gonna have to say this right now. Juventus are just looking awful at the moment. They look really bad at the moment. Granted, they did put up a somewhat of a decent performance against PSG. Granted, it didn't really mean much at the end of the day because they were already eliminated. Um, so for Inter Milan, though, they've been really, really good. I think Inter Milan have started to be serious and they made some massive, massive improvements ever since they were on a terrible losing streak. And they're only 2 points away from Milan, which is really, really impressive considering how poor they were at the beginning of the season. That said, though, I do think Inter's going to win the game. Juventus just look really bad. I'm going to go with Inter to win 2-0 on the road here. Um, okay, so that's my Serie A preview done. I'm gonna give a quick honorable mention to La Liga Real Betis Sevilla. It's gonna be a big game. Definitely a game to look out for. The reason why I didn't really put in my top five is because Sevilla has been really, really bad this season. They're in the relegation zone, so that's why I didn't include. But normally I would have put this game in Sevilla was like maybe this was like last season, but this time around Real Betis are so good where Sevilla is like really, really bad. So yeah, that's why. Okay, let's go back to the EPL. Let's start with the EPL here. So EPL time. Okay. So the first game we have here is Chelsea Arsenal. Now this is the London Derby, man. This is a huge one. This is a very tricky one to call. And this is definitely a game that I'm gonna try to see if I can. Well, actually, no, I don't think I'm gonna watch this game. It's too early for me. But I'll definitely see if I can watch the highlights or maybe some part of the second half I might see. But needless to say, man, this is a big one. And look at the gap between Arsenal and Chelsea, man. 10 points, man. What a huge gap. Imagine Arsenal wins this game. It'll be a 13-point gap. Fun fact for you guys: I don't think Arsenal, Chelsea have beaten Arsenal at the Stamford Bridge since 2017. I don't think they have won. Yeah, Chelsea have not been great against Arsenal, and Arsenal won their last two Premier League away games. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens here. Obviously, Chelsea are coming a huge defeat to Brighton. I do think Chelsea will bounce back, and I think Arsenal will bounce back. And I'm going to go for a draw on this one just because of the fact that I feel like as though that I feel like this will be a very high score draw. I feel like it's going to be a 2-2 draw. Um, I'm going to say Arsenal, Gabriel Jesus scores. I'm going to say who else scores? Saka is injured, which is a really big blow. But I do believe I'm going to say Martinelli scores. And for Chelsea, I'm going to say I'm gonna say Aubameyang scores a brace. And oh yeah, Aubameyang as well, former Arsenal player. So let's see if he can score against his former club. So yeah, interesting there, man. Huge game, probably the game of the weekend, to be honest. Then we have Tottenham versus Liverpool. Let me give a quick preview for this one, guys. This is a difficult one to call. Tottenham have been really weird this season. Liverpool have also been really weird as well. This is a tricky one to call. Something tells me those Spurs will. Sorry about that. Liverpool will somehow win this game because they seem to do well against London type of teams. Um, and yeah, I think Liverpool will just win this somehow. I think Liverpool will win this because what I've noticed with Liverpool this season is that when they're not expected to win, they win. But when they're expected to lose, they lose. So I'm gonna go for them to win just because I think a lot of people are predicting them to lose. So I'm gonna go Liverpool to win this 1-0. 1-0 win for Liverpool. And I'm gonna say Firmino scores a winner. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens though in this one. And so yeah, when you guys comment down below your predictions in the comment section, more guys to vote in the community poll, they'll be up soon after. And I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you guys like this video if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you didn't. Comment down below your thoughts. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.